It was a night wrapped in rain and silence. The sky wept endlessly, and the streets shimmered under pale yellow street lights. Water flowed along the edges of the road, carrying leaves, dust, and forgotten things. In the corner of that lonely street, beneath a broken signboard, a tiny golden retriever puppy lay trembling. His fur was soaked, clinging to his fragile body. One small paw was injured, stained faintly with blood washed thin by the rain. He tried to make himself small, curling tighter with every rumble of thunder, as if shrinking could protect him from the world. Cars had passed, footsteps had echoed, but no one had stopped. Until she did. A 17-year-old girl walked carefully along the pavement, her blue hoodie damp from the storm. She was tired from the day, her thoughts heavy, her steps quiet. Then she heard it, a faint whimper barely louder than the rain. She paused. Her heart tightened at the sound. She followed it slowly, her breath visible in the cold air, until her eyes fell upon the tiny shaking creature. For a moment, the world seemed to stand still. She knelt down despite the water soaking her knees. The puppy flinched weakly, fear flickering in his wide brown eyes. But he was too tired to move away. "It's okay," she whispered gently. "I won't hurt you." Her voice carried warmth the rain could not wash away. She slid her hands under his fragile body and lifted him carefully. He was lighter than he should have been. Too light. His tiny heart beat fast against her palm. Slowly, hesitantly, he rested his head against her chest. The trembling eased just a little. In that silent embrace, something invisible formed between them, trust. She walked home holding him close, shielding him from the rain as much as she could. By the time she reached her house, she wasn't thinking about how wet she was or how late it had become. She was only thinking about him. Inside, the house felt warm and golden. She wrapped him in a soft towel, drying every inch of his fur carefully. He watched her with uncertain eyes but did not resist. She cleaned the small wound on his paw and wrapped it gently. "There you go," she whispered with a small smile. She placed a bowl of food in front of him. At first he hesitated, sniffing cautiously. Then hunger took over. He ate slowly, pausing between bites to look up at her as if making sure she was still there. That night she laid a blanket near her bed for him. He circled it twice before lying down. But only minutes later, he stood up and walked quietly to her bedside, resting his tiny chin on the mattress. She laughed softly. "Okay, you win." She lifted him onto the bed. He curled beside her, letting out a soft sigh, the sound of safety. From that night on, they were no longer alone. She named him Lucky, because finding him felt like fate. Days turned into weeks. Lucky followed her everywhere. He walked beside her in the garden, sat beside her while she studied, and waited outside the bathroom door like a tiny guardian. He never barked, not once. At first she thought he might be shy or traumatized from his past. But his silence felt different. It was thoughtful, observant. His eyes were always watching, always understanding. Sometimes she would sit by the window, sunlight warming the room, and Lucky would stare at her face as if memorizing every expression. "You're so quiet," she would say, "but I feel like you understand everything." And somehow, he did. One evening, under a soft grey sky, they walked through light rain again. The air smelled fresh, the streets were calm. Suddenly Lucky stopped. His body stiffened, his ears perked forward, Udharan chin. "What is it?" she asked gently. He looked up at her. His eyes were intense, focused, and then it happened. He spoke. Not a bark, not a whimper. Her name, soft, clear, perfect. She froze. Her heartbeat thundered in her ears. She stared down at him in disbelief. Before she could even react, her foot slipped on the wet pavement. She gasped, losing balance. But Lucky lunged forward, nudging her just enough to steady her body. She caught herself, breathing hard. When she looked down again, he was silent, as if nothing had happened. But everything had. From that day on, strange moments followed. Lucky would become tense before small accidents. Once, he stared intensely at her younger brother and quietly spoke his name. Minutes later, her brother nearly tripped down the stairs but grabbed the railing in time. Another day, Lucky whispered the neighbor's name before a loose ladder collapsed just inches away from him. Whispers began in the neighborhood. The puppy speaks before death, some said fearfully. But she knew the truth. Lucky did not speak to predict death. He spoke to prevent it. Each time he said a name, someone was moments away from danger. And each time, because of him, that danger passed. He was not cursed. He was protecting. Still, she noticed something heartbreaking. Every time Lucky spoke, he grew weaker afterward. He would lie quietly for hours, as if the effort drained him. She would sit beside him, stroking his fur, tears gathering in her eyes. "You don't have to save everyone," she would whisper. "Just stay with me." But Lucky would always lift his eyes toward her with the same unwavering devotion. As months passed, the bond between them deepened into something unbreakable. She no longer feared his voice. She trusted it. She trusted him. Then came the evening that would change everything. The sky was painted in deep orange as the sun prepared to set. The air was calm, almost too calm. She walked home alone from the store, Lucky trotting beside her. Suddenly, he stopped. His body stiffened more than ever before. His breathing changed. She felt it. Something was wrong. A car engine roared from around the corner. Too fast, too close. She didn't see it yet. Lucky did. He looked up at her one final time. And softly, he said her name. Time slowed. The car burst into view, speeding uncontrollably toward the crosswalk where she stood frozen. Without hesitation, Lucky dashed forward with every ounce of strength in his tiny body. He pushed against her leg with force she didn't know he had. She stumbled backward onto the pavement, out of the car's path. The world blurred, brakes screeched, a loud impact echoed, silence followed. When her vision cleared, she saw him lying a few feet away. Still. Too still. "No," her voice broke as she crawled toward him. She lifted his fragile body into her arms. His breathing was faint. His eyes slowly opened. They were calm, peaceful. "You saved me," she whispered through tears. "You always saved me." His tale he was still. The sunset bathed the street in golden light as she held him close, rocking gently, refusing to let go. Cars stopped. People gathered. But she heard nothing except her own heartbeat and the memory of his voice. He had spoken before death, but never to bring it, only to stop it. Days passed, heavy and quiet. The house felt emptier than ever before. His blanket remained near her bed, his bowl untouched. Yet sometimes, when the evening light poured softly through the window, she felt warmth beside her. Not sadness, warmth. Lucky's voice no longer echoed in the air, but it lived inside her heart. He had taught her that love is louder than fear, that courage does not depend on size, that sometimes the quietest souls carry the strongest voices. And every time the rain began to fall again, she would look toward the streetlights shimmering on wet pavement and whisper softly, "Thank you, Lucky." Because the puppy who spoke before death had given her something greater than life. He had given her forever.